What is the purpose of this TS-lint? Anyone? No? I asked you to install this. Yeah. So it is configuration for TypeScript. So it is for IntelliSense. It is for identifying the bugs. It is for fixing the bugs. Not only that, it is actually TS-lint is a tool which is used for telling you all the giving you all the suggestions about TypeScript while you are writing TypeScript, right? That is actually TS-lint. But what is this TS-lint JSON? JSON is nothing but, so it is usually TS-lint is used for, it is used for defining rules for TypeScript, defining rules for TypeScript. And TS-lint plugin will verify those rules. Defining the rules for TypeScript is TS-lint. Verifying the rules, that is done by that tool. Actually, TS-lint.json, it contains the rules for TypeScript. Rules for TypeScript means, you see, it says that while declaring a variable, is data type required or not? While declaring array type required or not? So curly braces to use or not, right? So what should be the case for variables, directives and variables? It says that you use camel case. Components and selectors, you use kebab case, right? So for other type of options, that means import spacing. So how to use indentation, how to use spacing, how to use capitalization. In every line, how many characters you can maximum type. All such rules for writing TypeScript is defined here. Remember, you see, it says no inferable types is true. No inferable types means true means, no inferable types true means, it means that now in Angular, when we are writing variables, there is no need to define data type. It says that there is no need to define data type. So there is no need of defining data type. Inferable types true means. That means data type will be determined automatically according to the value assigned. Then it will fix for that particular type. So that's the reason in older versions of Angular, you see people are using the complete tradition of TypeScript as they have learned in TypeScript. But in Angular, so they use simple techniques now. In Angular 8, 9, 7 versions, they use simple techniques like shortcuts. It will support because in the rules they are defined in that way. These are all the rules for the TypeScript. What to allow, what not to allow, in which case to allow, all such things are defined here. That is what actually TS-lint.json. So this is all your project high-level design. So Angular project structure. So what it actually comprises of. Now, in this, where we have to go, where to start, that is important. Now, important here, you should know that every Angular application, how to start, I told you. Go to backtick and here open the terminal. In the terminal, ng serve. ng serve, it will start your project. Now, important is from where it will start. So how it works, right? So actually, it is not in Angular projects. It is in shopping app, right? So cd shopping app. So this is what you have to run. So ng serve. That means you need to be inside that app in order to run it, right? You have to run ng serve. Now, how it is starting, from where it is actually starting. Actually, our Angular application is starting. Angular application is starting. That means startup. Angular application is startup is defined. So here, simple note, startup is defined from src index.html, from src index.html. You can see in the src, so you can see in the src folder, in the src folder you have index.html. We will explore the things inside src again, what are present in src we will discuss, because generally in Angular interviews these days, majority they will even concentrate on the project structure. So while asking you questions, they will ask what is the purpose of polyfills, what is the purpose of TS-lint. So even for experienced people also, that's the reason you need to know detailedly about every point here, right? Yeah. So that means actually our project starts with src index.html. That means it is actually starting with src index.html. Startup is defined from here. How the entire hierarchy I will tell you. That means currently project started. You see, listening. It is listening. Okay. If it is listening, let's make a request. So we will make a request. Open a browser, and after opening the browser, let's make a request. So the request is localhost and 4200 port number, and it gets the result and shows you. Actually, whatever you are watching in the front screen, it is coming from index.html. Let's go to that index.html, and you can see in that index.html, in the body section, it is using a component. Actually, this is component. That means what is a component, how to design components, we will see that. In a heading saying that welcome to shopping app. I will save this. Whatever changes you have saved, they will be updated. Once you go to your browser, you see the output is there. That means your application is starting with the index.html. Actually, in index.html, it is starting with a component. Yesterday I told you, we will stay on only one page. We will bring the components and we will display the components one by one. So we will interact with those components. That means the main startup page is this index.html. Now, how this index.html gets the components, what are components, how to design the components, and very important is this src contains the source files for your project. In src, again you can observe that there are several subfolders and files again. Now you need to understand the purpose of these folders of your project. Now you need to understand the purpose of these folders and files in the project. One file is clear, that index.html. This index.html is the startup file, right? Application starts with that. Now many times the question asked is, can I put home or about or some other page and keep in the startup? Yes, you can do, but you have to change that in the startup. That you have to do in angular.json file. So how to define a different startup, we will see that. But actually, we don't put everything inside index.html directly. We design components and bring the components here. Actually, what is the component here? App root is the main component, and that component is coming here. Where is that component? Actually, that component is present in app folder. In app folder, we have a component called app component. That app component have a selector app root. That app component we are using inside the body section. Then whatever the output for that component is there, that component will come, and that is what you are seeing here. So that means